All right, this is Chief Brown. I'm out of Fort Dix, New Jersey, with NIA, and also a part of the NOS Chief Mess. Awesome. And also, right now, we're in charge of the Chargebook Committee. So we're just going to give you some information. Before we do any of that, Senior Seaford, he's on the line. He's going to queue up a video, okay? So give us a few minutes and then we'll roll into it. All right, so the Chargebook Committee is comprised of 5 personnel. Uh, they're all going to do an introduction, but first up was Senior Seaford right here, but he's doing something as you can tell. So we're just going to go ahead with Master Chief Benno. He's on the phone.
Hi, everybody. Master Chief Benno Sauerman. I'm with Region Mid-Atlantic. I'm the Regional Training Chief. I want to talk to you briefly about what we're going to be doing over the next 4 days, which is charge book signing. Back in the day, prior to this cluster we know as COVID and virtual training, you would have an opportunity to sit down with chiefs and have one-on-ones, which could be as short as 5 minutes and as long as 45 minutes to an hour. And you would exchange your thoughts and gain some words of wisdom. Now you don't have the opportunity to do that because of course, our quarantine status. So over the next 4 days, you're going to have 4 hours to gain words of wisdom from 60 plus chiefs. So you can understand the challenge that we're going to face. So as a result, I'm going to ask both the chiefs and the chief selects to be very brief in their conversations. We want you to pose your thoughts, ask your thoughts, but be brief and concise. And with our chiefs responding, we also need you to be equally brief and concise. Just as life in general, you're going to be attracted to some chiefs and you're going to think other chiefs are not approachable. And that's what this is all about, for you to find folks that you can connect with so you can continue to have conversations offline. So let me tell you what this is not going to be. This is not going to be the 5-finger showdown that we had earlier today. That was a fantastic icebreaker, but this is time for active listening and reflection. So I just want to impress upon you the seriousness of what we're trying to accomplish. This is not life or death, but nevertheless, we want you to be a good, attentive, active listener. Alrighty, let me see here, and I took some notes. We talked about the one-on-one. So that's about it. I encourage you to find some chiefs that you're generally intrigued about, that you might be able to connect and reach out to in the future. All of our contact information is going to be posted, and you'll be able to reach out offline. So with that said, I'm going to wrap it up and pass it along to our next team member. Thanks a lot.
Chief, right before you, class 126, and I'll say I'm with Fort Dix, DIA 0501, part of the JBMDL Chief Mess. And, you know, having a charge book really was one of the motivations of being able to reach the chiefs. And it gives you a lot of motivation. It gives you guidance. And I would say don't take it lightly. Take the opportunity to know and don't look at it as an autograph book, but look at it as a book that's going to give you some wisdom for your first and years to come as a chief. I'm going to pass it on to Chief Bailey.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Bailey. I'm the Special Sort Program RDC Detailer here at NPC in Millington. Today, what I'm basically going to go over is a quick briefing of as far as how the charge book sessions are supposed to go, as far as who are supposed to be attending those sessions. So the respective boat teams are already broken down for the selectees. What we have also done is broken down the boat teams for the genuines, utilizing alpha through echo letters. So basically, as previously briefed earlier, if you go to the fantail and you click the Files tab, you'll have the Excel breakdown of where each genuine is. Genuines, you're going to stay with that boat team. So if you're in boat team alpha, you're going to stay with boat team alpha. Now on day 1, it's going to go boat team alpha is going to pair with boat team 1 selectees, Bravo with 2, Charlie with 3, so on and so forth. Now what's going to happen is come Friday, that's going to shift. So then come Friday, Bravo is going to be with boat team 1. Boat team 2 is going to be Charlie, Delta 3, so on and so forth. And that's the way it's going to run all the way up until the last day on Sunday. As far as the charge books are signings are going to go. So if you check that list and your name is not on that list, please hit me off sidebar, and we can work to try to get you added to one of the groups. But it's imperative, Genuines, that you stick with the in particular boat team that you're with. So therefore, we don't have one boat team overcrowding of Genuines talking to selectees where another one is lacking that genuine support. If anybody has any other questions, comments, or concerns for myself, please contact me on sidebar. Thanks. Chief Brown, back to you.
Senior Seaford, you're up.
Okay, hey, so I'm Joe Seaford, Senior Chief Type. Happy New Year to everybody. Sorry about the technical glitch here, but just to go over a couple of ground rules for these rooms that the 5 of us will be facilitating. Just real quick, and of course, like was mentioned, I mean, the purpose of these rooms is to kind of engage in some good conversation. Ask questions, express concerns, and ultimately, build relationships, right, with the mess. That's kind of the purpose of this charge book evolution. So just 3 ground rules for the room. There's going to be a maximum of 5 minutes per question and answer. So a select will ask a question or seek advice or whatever the case may be, and then 1 to 2 chiefs could potentially answer that, time permitting, and address that for that select. So 5 minutes per question and answer. All selects in the room will participate. We have an hour, so we'll probably we should be pretty good on time. But and if we go around, we hit all 8, then we'll just keep going around. And the third and final rule for these rooms is just be respectful and speak clearly and be prepared. We're kind of going over this, and we're not starting in these rooms this evening. So get your mind around what you might want to ask or express in any way. And that's all I got.
Yeah, hey everybody, it's Chief Bailey again. So I just wanted to make sure everybody, the genuines and the selectees alike, know how to get to the rooms for the charge book signing. So if you go to your respective boat teams, genuines, that would be whoever boat team that you're responsible for to attend the night of. But you go to the respective boat teams. If you scroll up, you'll see that Senior Chief Shaney has created a room for the charge book signings. It's actually called charge book signing for each respective boat team. So if you just click on that calendar, invite event to that event, then you can get into the chat, the room to where we would do the charge book signings. Each respective boat team will have one of us charge book committee members in there. So therefore we can act as sheriffs to ensure everything is running smoothly and we're staying on track to what we're supposed to be completing. That's all I got. Thanks.
All right, we got the video now. Senior's got it. Thank you so much, Senior.
During World War II, commanding officers were authorized to advance and promote deserving and qualified sailors to the highest enlisted rank of Chief Petty Officer. First-class petty officers were directed to prepare themselves to assume additional responsibilities by recording all the details of their conversations with the Chief Petty Officers. Conversations about leadership, accountability, supporting the chain of command, and other professional subject matter in which chiefs would often use their professional experiences to illustrate how something should or should not be done. This collection of notes and study material eventually came to be called the Chargebook. Today's charge book is a great tradition which holds roots in a magnificent period of our history. The responsibility is with all of us to train, develop, encourage, lead, and motivate those who are both junior and senior to us. Nowhere is this responsibility more encapsulated than in the Chief Petty Officer's Chargebook. It is treated with respect and carried as a badge of honor. It is a valid and valuable learning tool, a treasured keepsake, and the repository for the accumulation of the most precious of our career milestones. Fill the pages with as much wisdom as they can bear. Read each line and take in the history. Whenever you have questions, search your Chargebook for the answers. Within these pages lies the wisdom, recommendations, and motivation, combining hundreds of years of naval leadership that will provide you with guidance throughout not only your career, but your entire life.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right. So you've met the team. We'll be the ones tomorrow in the rooms with you. Our cameras won't be on. It's your time, Selects and Chiefs. It is your time to talk to each other. Like earlier before, when my brother said, you will have about 5 minutes each. So please be mindful of that. If you want to have a longer conversation, you can. Emails off to the side, just reach out to each other and you can take care of that. As far as anything else, we're just there to make sure everything goes smooth, no hiccups, and we'll also read off the names of who's in what room. And we're definitely, whatever room you're in, please just stay in that room. Okay, I'm still on. Stay in that room because we have a time slot and it took a long time to work this out with so many genuines, and there's still personnel, I believe, trying to get into the Big J, because the Big J, if this was non-COVID year, it's an amazing event. You'll meet people from all over walks of life. So we just really want to keep it going and actually give everyone an equal opportunity to see something. If your mic is on, please just turn it off first. I got the mic. All right. As far as everything else goes, we are here to help you. The Chargebook is yours for life. It doesn't matter. I still have mine. I was made a chief. I wasn't made a chief. I earned the right to be called a chief over 5 years ago, and I still have my book. So every chance I get, anyone new I meet, they sign my book. So this is something you're gonna have for the rest of your life, Selects. So just go in there, talk to the chief. Even if you think, oh, that person won't say anything to me, just give that person a chance, get to know them. Because sometimes the way a person looks is definitely not who they are, okay? And can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. We're looking forward to helping you out with anything. And we definitely will be the sheriff of the room. We have no problem pulling the plug or pulling someone out. That's not an issue. All right? All right. I'm turning back over to the Big J committee. Thank you guys. Cheney, thank you so much. And definitely Chief Nahles, thank you so much for that video. Much respect. All right? I'm Chief Brown, Nikki Brown. I'm here. All right. Peace out.
Thank you, Chief Brown. Thank you, Big J's Chargebook committee. So at this point, Selects, we're going to transition over to your team time rooms, which will be your team's channel. So please log off here and then go into your respective teams.